I'm recording. So far, so good. Oh, there we go. There's restream. Can you guys just confirm when we're live on Facebook? Because I can't. Yep. Okay. Okay. There we go. Yep. And we'll go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
Awesome.
And everybody's here. That's good.
Awesome.
Nobody's cutting out so far. Touch wood. Hey, look, Matt. See, we have our cool chat. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yep, we got that set up. We are live. Hey, Matei, and Restream chat is working, so we'll be able to see all the chats. Yay. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Adelko, and welcome to episode 130 of Live at the Hive. An emotionally, technically exhausting setup this week, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be better than last week. I think we got NDI seems to be working smooth, and Skype doesn't have any issues, so I think it's working pretty nice.
Yeah, there's lots of theories as to what was going on there. It certainly wasn't. It was certainly interesting, juggling, changing scenes.
Yeah.
All while my internet connect. I feel like it was part of it was my internet connection that was just flaking out and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben Miller, nice to see you. Hi, Stacy.
Hey, Ben.
Good to see everybody. Yvonne's saying, "Hey, everyone, it's working this week because I'm not on it."
How convenient was that?
In our history, we've had several people that may have been considered maybe like a black cat as it comes to the quality of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? These things, they happen. These are lives.
Yeah.
This is it's all part of the show. Hello,
Absolutely.
April. Yeah. And just wanted to do a big shout out to the Honeypot team this week. Everybody was incredibly busy, working incredibly hard. And so good work to everybody. Great job.
Yeah. It's always an interesting week before a long weekend, and working from home, it's nothing's different. It's still everyone's full force during a long weekend week. So
yeah, well, and I think like a lot. I was on a bunch of webinars this week and presentations.
Yeah.
That's kind of part of the new normal for me and for us. And doing a 1 hour webinar and presenting is no small job.
No.
It takes many hours to prep for that kind of thing.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, great work everyone. That was it was really awesome to see everybody slacking away like crazy and getting stuff over the line, and it's all good stuff. So this week we are going to be talking about, and I'm getting 0 frames dropped, 60 frames per second. Yay.
Awesome.
That's great.
That's what we'd like to see.
That's right. Honeypot Marketing says Happy Fur Day. That's okay. You're allowed to misspell Friday on Friday.
Might have been intentional. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. In other big breaking news, I somehow managed to, last night, between walking from my garage to my back deck to my bedroom, lose my phone. And literally, like, it went into the twilight zone. It's gone. I can't find it. It is the weirdest thing. I wasted like 2 hours today. I think I've got early onset Alzheimer's or something like that. I'm not
It's in
sure.
the Bermuda Triangle now. Never going to find it.
I don't know. It's like one of those, you're on lockdown for too long when you start doing stuff like that.
Yeah. You're going to probably find it, and it's going to be somewhere like completely obvious.
Oh, yeah. Like every single time it works.
Bound to happen.
Every single time.
Yep.
All right. So today on Live at the Hive, we are talking about, Matei. I do. And I have a tile. It unfortunately died, so that makes it completely useless. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. But you know what? I'm cursed with phones. I'm like the fourth horseman of the apocalypse for any smartphone. I will break them, lose them. I just don't know what it is with me and my phones because I'm like attached to it all the time. but
Yeah.
I'm like an abusive phone owner, and I don't.
You need to
even
bring the Nokia back, man. You got to bring back that tank of a Nokia phone, indestructible.
Actually, you want to know something? I found something. Hold on one sec. You guys just chatter for a second. Somewhere.
He's gonna bring back the Nokia phone, isn't he? I know he's gonna bring it back. Matei says this whole year so far is cursed. Yeah, like no shit. That's crazy.
Here it is. I don't know if you guys can see that bad boy.
It's delayed for me. Chat will be able to see it though. Is it?
It is a BlackBerry. I can't remember what model number, but it works. I charged.
Oh, is it like one of the curves or something like that?
Oh man, this is pre-curve. I don't know if you guys can see
Stacey says that was my favorite phone of all time. Love the Nokia.
Yeah, belt strap. Check that bad boy out.
Oh,
OG.
I know. Yeah, my parents had that one too. That one's like indestructible.
This one's like 20. This is about 20 years old. This one.
Is that the wheel on the side? It has the wheel on the side.
It's got the wheel on the side.
I love the wheel on the side, man. That was so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you could kill some of those Nokias, but this one, I was seriously considering just getting a SIM for this and actually making it my primary phone.
Why not, man? It has all the features you need. Email, I hear, works pretty good on those things.
Yeah, man. The BlackBerry network, I could probably start BBMing with the 4 or 5 people that are still using it. Yeah. The wheel, yeah. It looks like Courtney's saying it looks like a Tide No Way LED. Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's got some wicked graphics. I don't know if you can.
Look at those pixels.
This. Look at those pixels. It's like 8-bit.
It's like a Kindle screen almost.
16-bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this thing's a tank. I remember I used to love typing on this thing.
Oh, I know.
Justin saying he ran over his first flip phone. It was still okay afterwards. Okay. Yeah, they don't make phones like that anymore. They don't make phones like that anymore.
No.
I can't remember who it is. It might be it was John Cusack or somebody uses like an OG flip phone, T9 style. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So today
anyways,
on Live at the Hive, we are talking about getting back to a new normal and what businesses can do and marketers can do to adjust everything to a few different scenarios here. You know, kind of across the country and across North America, really, and across the world, restrictions are easing. Things are starting to open up again. And what we have to do is plan for this and plan for it in a way that can restart businesses, your business, your marketing efforts, and also this new normal. What do we all need to plan for what I think is the inevitable second wave and lockdown?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We've got, some of our team is in India. They're still on very heavy lockdown right now, unfortunately. So hopefully that passes for them a little bit. But what we're going to go through today are tips and tricks and some strategies on, one, getting your business going on social, some ad campaigns you can run to increase the brand awareness and even drive sales. We're going to talk about that. It's not a dirty word to be driving business during this time. And why don't we just start it off, and I'll hand it over to Sashida for her first pick of the day.
Yeah, awesome. So I wanted to discuss more about our PPC strategies, which I know few businesses must have scaled back because they don't want to, spend more on their PPC strategies because it's a waste of time and money during this COVID situation. But I think now is the right time to get back in the race and, to just start with your campaigns, just a brand awareness campaign to, gain long-term, high-quality leads.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what we've got up on the screen here is a great article from Lead Feeder, how to adjust your PPC approach during COVID-19.
Yeah. Yeah. So as we go, I know some businesses have stopped their campaigns and paused their campaigns for some time. So we can use this to our advantage, and just to get back in the line, we can, because there is going to be less competition since many people have stopped their ads, And also we don't need to spend as much to get our visibility, so we can use this to our advantage and start with a few basic campaigns, even though their results won't be that basic, because such as, for example, the Google display campaigns, right? So we can reach a lot of you can have a really good audience base and very less cost.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And on the screen here, let me just throw this up. You know, it is an interesting time because it's one of those scenarios where we've seen some really great examples of small businesses and small e-commerce businesses that have very quickly pivoted and very quickly adjusted, introducing new products, introducing new services very quickly, implementing, you know, pickup and shipping. We'll cover a few of those. So if you've got the budget right now, even if it's a modest budget, what I've got up on the screen is that Google search ad clicks are beginning to slow. That's a pretty steep decline. And if we look over here, these conversion rates were dropping significantly as well following COVID-19. We've got another look at some of the impacts are from things like restaurants and bars and all these types of services and real estate, travel, right? I mean, travel's literally the biggest one. But, you know, let's look at a couple of those businesses that are thriving, right? If you're able to be online, movies, films, sports, entertainment, on-demand media. Let's see here. Obviously, medical advertisers seeing a spike in conversion rates. But I think overall, I think the lesson here, and I've got, let me see here. Yeah. So this is YouTube gaming and Twitch, but we can look at YouTube overall as being a much larger indicator of increased viewership. And I think I've mentioned this before when we were discussing Facebook. When you have massive numbers like YouTube and they go up 15%, that is an astronomical increase for a site that size, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And I've even seen, I think firsthand, like when I've been on YouTube, I think I've seen like an increase of ad placements on the platform too. They know that more people are consuming content, things like that. People are going to be watching more ads, and it got to a point where I had to splurge and get YouTube Premium. So it's
it's actually worth it. It's actually worth it.
It is. It's life changing. It's life changing. So
I mean, it depends on what kind of life you're living. If it's life changing, but yes, it's definitely a big difference for sure. A couple of takeaways are for businesses, large, small, B2B, B2C, professional services, e-commerce, doesn't matter. Everybody is using these streaming services to a much higher degree. Interestingly enough, we have some clients that are extremely traditional. Stacy's saying, wow, producer Matt, we got to talk. Extremely traditional that are really like now guns a-blazing for webinars and digital advertising. You know, typically where people would say, oh no, you know what, Facebook is for kids, they're realizing, I think there's a big aha moment that's happening for a lot of people saying, oh wow, now I really get it because I'm living it, right?
Yeah, for sure. And go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's fine.
I was just going to say, but before the live, we had to talk about how right now for ads, I think it's kind of split right now. There's people that are still getting paid, they're still working, and they have income, and they're still buying things. And then on the flip side, there's people who've been laid off, people who've lost their jobs, and they don't have as much income anymore. So what's the kind of middle ground? But at the same time, I think it's just stick to what's working for you. I mean, if you're not getting as many conversions on your ads as you have seen, there's definitely a decline. At the same time, getting people on your website, getting traffic in there, impressions, increasing your reach, etc. After it's over, you're going to be rushed with a wave of people who have seen your brand. They've gone to your website, researched your products. It's not a loss if you're not getting conversions right now. I think it's definitely understandable. But you have to look at it through both lenses, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for COVID.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I think Sushita, you can attest to this, and you as well, Matt, managing a number of campaigns. We've had some extremely creative and extremely successful like effectively their sales campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As one example that we've got is a local business here in the Waterloo region is Cedarland Lumber. If you ever need a sauna, go talk to Glenn. He's a great guy. But he pivoted to making cedar planter boxes, which apparently has been a big hit. Right?
For sure.
So you're not
absolutely. A lot of people are looking to plant gardens this summer, get away from the grocery store. They have more spare time, right? So I think a lot of people are looking for that extra kind of activity or time, pass some time.
Yeah, and from a business perspective, Glenn did a smart move. Is like go to a lower price points, something more consumable, something that is within reach, because people are not going to buy luxury disposable items like a sauna. Right? Probably not. At least I would assume not. Or at least vastly
most
less.
people.
Most people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, we're an example of a business that, we're operational. We're fully operational. We're hardly busier than normal. There are businesses that are like that here. And there's always going to be unfortunate circumstances. And, we're here to help those businesses too. But if your business don't grind to a halt right now. I mean, I think that's a big mistake. Just as an example on the advertising side, and we can kind of point to this as well, is, take immediate action and react quickly, pivot fast, definitely don't just say, well, my product doesn't really fit right now. It's like sit down and brainstorm what you can do to pivot and change and get that out into the market.
Yep.
And with the lower cost per views, we're talking YouTube and Facebook video as an example. With a lower cost per view, your money's going to go further right now in terms of being able to spread that news, that whether it's a sale or just brand awareness. I also think that there is a huge a huge urge for people to support small businesses across, especially in their geographic region. So geo-target, use these things like YouTube pre-roll ads, make a quality ad using their creator or promo.com, get your ads into market. And if you're a brick and mortar business or if you're regional, definitely geo-target to your local community and community support. It's a big, yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to this. Was there anything else in this article, Sashita? This is yours. So was there anything else in here that really stood out to you?
Yeah, so just another important thing that I could add to for this article is basically, there are two types of businesses that are right now. There are some that have slowed down, and then there are a few that are still blooming in this period. So for the ones that have slowed down, I think, as we said, just run display campaigns that you could reach a lot of your audiences and then target them in another using remarketing audiences later in the later stages. And, for the still blooming ones, your target should not be only getting conversions, or you should not look at the CPAs, but you should look at the value added you will get from your campaigns, that is the visibility and the long-term gains basically. So you can focus on getting quality leads that can convert later.
For sure.
Yeah, Courtney's got a great point. A local liquor distillery, Murphy's Law in Elmira, started producing hand sanitizers. Thought that was a great example of a small pivot that pays off. That's actually a big pivot. There's another one too, not Innocent, maybe Block 3, can't remember. It was on a Twitter thread that I was following from Mike Farwell, who's a local radio broadcaster. I'll try to find it, or if someone's looking, you can go look for Mike Farwell. And it's a couple of days ago. A local microbrewery thought it was game over, right? How are we going to survive this thing? And he basically said, if I'm going to survive, I'm going to go down doing something for the community. And he also did the same thing, pivoted into hand sanitizers quite successfully. And that's a really good way to do it. I think another thing too that stands out to me in this article, I don't necessarily want to hang on this one for too long, but adjusting your messaging. So what I've got up on the screen, I don't know if Matt and Sashita, you can see this, but it's the Tom's sponsored post. Contextualizing, you know, are you working from home? Well, I'd say almost everybody is, should be. But give it context, but just be careful and be mindful and be, you know, thoughtful of people. But this is a great example of advertising in what I think is an appropriate way, and giving it context for your audience.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll just throw up, here's Murphy's Law Moonshine.
Yeah, they're actually, I buy from them quite a bit. They actually have some really good products, so people should definitely check them out.
Apple pie moonshine, eh? I've never...
That's my favorite one. It tastes really similar to apple pie. Like, it's scary for a moonshine.
Isn't it... Are they like 40% moonshine?
Yeah, I think it's up there.
Danger.
Don't smell it. You don't smell it, but the taste is phenomenal.
Yeah. So great. Good job to Murphy's Law. Hope definitely go hit these guys up. They've got a great site here and a really cool copper column still there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just jump over here. What do we got next, Matt? You're up. Oh, I know you wanted this one.
Yeah. So do you have the Shopify? I think Shopify's article is the kind of one that I want to focus on. I know Yelp is doing something similar right now, but yeah, Shopify is launching a all new POS globally to help people kind of adapt to the new normal, so to speak. So Shopify, they've come out and said that like retailers need help right now. Their customers need help, and they're trying to do everything that they can to help people kind of adopt to these new changes in the new normal. So their new POS system has a whole bunch of new features that is going to tie people's physical store to their online store right now. So that means a little bit more kind of flexibility through selling, more intuitive guide features, more like mobile checkouts and things like that. A lot of people aren't using cash these days. A lot of businesses aren't accepting cash right now. So how are we going to integrate those people who generally only use cash or don't use their phone to pay for things like a lot of younger people do, right? So they're trying to get through all these roadblocks, and it looks awesome. Like if you look through the screenshots, it looks great.
Yeah, so we'll go through that. I just want to qualify one thing. POS stands for point of sale. There's another acronym that POS stands for. This is not that. But you can see there it's a tablet. The cool thing about this, and it's included in all Shopify plans, and merchants with brick and mortar locations, they can use Shopify POS Pro, an advanced set of tools. I think the most important thing is that this adaptation is also going to help simplify the online, offline management of things like inventory. And this is also, you see these systems that large retailers put in. I do believe that Tulip is similar to this. Well, not similar to this. It's different. I know that, but it is a retail point of sale, right?
Yeah.
But this is interesting, for a small business and smaller businesses, you can have a lot of advanced features in here. You can certainly manage inventory in real time across all channels. Like that's huge, being able to sell online. Yeah. And it's a beautifully
we were saying beforehand. Sorry, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Let's go.
We were saying beforehand, I see this as, a lot of small businesses, yes, but even independent people who have smaller businesses on Etsy and things like that, they're going to shows and events. This would be a great way to kind of incorporate a point of sale with your Etsy store or your online store.
Yeah, well, and think about it. I mean, 20 some odd years ago or more when I'm dating myself terribly, but it was more like 25 years ago. Maybe 30. 28 years ago, I owned a Japan camera center. And I mean, the inventory system we had, I don't even want to talk about it because you'd all laugh, and the cost of it was astronomical. And it certainly was, this, you can put it on your tablet. If you go to a trade show and you want to sell at a show or a craft fair or wherever you are, go ahead and sell your merchandise. And it's going to, and you can see here, there's, put it on your phone, put it on your tablet, and off you go. This is an incredibly advanced tool set for a small business to have, very powerful. And it's great to see, you know, I've personally in the past, I've had issues with Shopify's neutral decisions of doing things like the types of businesses they allow to run on Shopify. But, you know, by and large, I think one of the cool things about Shopify is that they have they have this notion of businesses, you know, shouldn't be monolithic, like the Amazons of the world and the Walmarts, right? That's one of the reasons I think they've been so successful, is that they're empowering small business. But they're really, you know, during this COVID-19 crisis, I've got to say, they've done a lot in a very short period of time, between their financing, their 90 days free. You know, I'm sure they've got a war chest, but then releasing these types of tools to help their customers use it. Shopify Mail, we talked about that, I think, 2 weeks ago. That's also free. The point of sale system is also free. I mean, that's a big public company that I think is doing things that are actually impacting the real small businesses there.
For sure.
100%. Yo. Okay. It's my turn. What's new? And then when we get to what's working today, what we will be talking about is some actual tactics that you can use, campaign types you can use. I also think a really important part about this for business is to really embrace social. I think there's very few people that aren't, if that makes sense. But they still do exist, and I think it's for people with strong social media presences. It's been a huge help to their businesses to be able to broadcast to your community. So,
yep.
All right, so this one's mine. So, how the brand narrative has evolved globally during COVID-19 from business to community. I thought this was pretty insightful. I really did like this illustration. So this is the kind of global brand narrative and what the evolution they think it will be post outbreak, and that will be the new normal. Yep. So in phase one, it's education and awareness. You know, social distancing, stay home, stay safe. We live that. And I want to ask you guys, I know it's been, 9 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, this was week 9 and we're going into week 10.
Jeez.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long, to be honest with you.
No, it's gone by quick. I mean, April was kind of like a blur to me. I can't believe it's May.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. We're nearly halfway through the year, right?
It's insane. Yeah.
It's a little bit of a mind bender. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. Drop a comment down below. Has the last 10 weeks gone by quickly? I feel it's like the days are long, but the weeks are short, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when we get into the solidarity phase, which is pretty much kind of where we are, together we can fight, hail the heroes, routine and quarantine, actions beyond campaigns. And as we get into the new normal, I think this one's important, is every business, April's saying it's 9 weeks, question mark. Yeah. Miguel is saying, yikes. Yes, I know, right? That's. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I feel like we just, I feel like I was just in the office, but who knows? I lost a phone, and I can't find it, and I didn't go anywhere, so what do I know?
Yeah.
And then talking about the new normal, restating brand purpose, I think that's really important. In terms of being able to, state a higher purpose for your brand. I feel like that's going to be part of the new normal for a lot of consumers that really want to see, their local businesses and businesses that are working together in the community to become successful. And that, I think, definitely is something everybody should be thinking about. It's like, what are you doing in the community, and what are you doing, however modest it might be. I don't think it really matters. I think it's just the fact that there's an awareness there, a self-awareness, and I think that's and I think that's something that that a lot of businesses need to really further embrace going forward. This one I really like too is real-time messaging, right? So don't be too married to your brand. You know, you maybe worked on your copy. Sashida, I know you go through this all the time, and you as well, Matt, with the work that you're doing. You know, calls to action and messaging can change, you know, day to day.
Yeah, for sure. We've had clients that we're good to go. We have approval for the copy that we want to run, and then last minute, it's a little bit of a shift, right? Just to kind of freshen things up, or a new angle has turned up for sure.
Yeah, exactly. There's also some really great. April's saying, Courtney's saying here, it was going fast before, but I feel like people are starting to hit a wall. Maybe that's just me. Probably just you, Courtney. April saying it went quickly for me. I think since we're busy bees, yes.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, another thing too is that you know, a lot of these webinars and presentations I've been giving, there's kind of this big talk about how to effectively manage working virtually, because it is a different pace. And one is we do have to start. It's hard when you're working from home. It's kind of easy to go down a rabbit hole, and I think it's easy to almost overwork yourself in a sense. It's a lot easier. There's structure in an office. When I go home from the office, I'm away from the office. In a work from home environment, it's a whole lot easier to say, well, I could pick this up or turn around, and it's 2 hours later, and it's just one of those scenarios, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Here's some really great examples. I love the VW one.
I like the Audi one too.
Yeah, the Mercedes. I mean, they're all kind of very, very similar there. So that's Audi. Yeah, McDonald's separated the golden arches. Like that's actually all very, creative. Let's look at this. The stay home, stay safe. I like that Burger King one. Stay home of the Whopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kappa one's pretty good too. They have a pretty iconic logo, so definitely like that.
Did I miss it? Did I roll by it?
No, it's the one with the people sitting back to back.
Oh, right.
Usually they're like right up against each other. Oh,
Yep.
Sorry, you scrolled down. My screen is delayed.
Yep, that's okay. All good. Let's see here. All right. Well, it's 4:53. So yeah, this one is. Oh, poor Miguel. I sleep, live, and work in one room. Fun times. That's a very good point. It's a very interesting point. Is although everybody is social distancing right now, everybody has completely different circumstances. No two are the same. And yeah, so Miguel, get up, go out for a few walks a day. Make sure you definitely I literally go for 3 to 4 walks a day. I would.
Yeah.
That's
break it up.
That's got to be a tough environment. If you're in that one room the entire day, for sure. All right. So, you know what? We have so much to kind of cover, but I think that's good. So, where we're at right now is we're talking about what you can do as a business and as a marketer in order to. What are some of the actual tactics you can implement in campaigns and in your marketing in order to get ready for the new normal? And I think what the theme here is that what we're predicting. So in Ontario, it was yesterday, right? They released the detailed phase 2 openings.
Phase 1 or phase 2. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think phase 1 was what we were already doing. I don't know. Perhaps. It's one of the 2 phases. Let's just say that. Yeah. Anyways, it's a staged approach to opening businesses. We're what's considered an open workspace. We are not in this phase yet. I think we're phase 3 or 4, actually. Something like that. So it's, it's a whole long list. Actually, it's really well done in terms of the detail work that it provided. But I think as people start to get out and about, businesses are going to see a surge come up, right?
For sure.
So what are some of the things that a business can do now that maybe isn't fully open but will be in a short order? I think the first thing that you can do is prepare to promote yourself. Even though you're busy, I think it's important to have brand campaigns running, and also obviously, providing benefit value, bundling, whether it's bundles and or a discount, that kind of thing. to take advantage.
Yep. Yeah, I think too. I mean, I think a lot of people were reaching out to their customers and leads and clients, etc. At the very beginning of COVID, just kind of like with an update. If people haven't reached out to those same people since then, now would be a really good time to kind of move forward, talk about your plan on reopening, talk about ask them how they've been doing, etc. It's going to be a really good touch point, especially as we're starting to come out of this. But also kind of reassure them, be like, look, this is still very serious. We're still we're still following these measures, like maybe curbside pickup, online orders only, limited items that you can order online due to shipping restrictions, etc. So it's still, I think now is a good time to kind of start inching towards those types of communication campaigns.
Yep. Sashita, from an advertising perspective, since you're in the platforms all day, every day, any tips on either platforms and or formats and or campaign features?
Yeah, so I would like to add that, just to catch the eye of your customers, they could add some, additional premium features to your product, some additional information, some free monthly subscriptions, just to get into the eye of your customers, and then you can, use that information and influence them and then get to your audience.
Yeah,
sure.
Yep. No, that's great. That's great. Support a local charity, whether it's a food bank to help those that are struggling. That's called what I would call compassionate capitalism. That's a powerful gesture. And again, it doesn't matter if it's the thought that counts rather than the total volume that's expected out of those things. Another thing that I would suggest for all businesses is focus on your current existing customer base. Put your arms around them. We've talked about this for years and years and years, which is often when people come to us, they're like, get us the leads. We want the leads, or I want the sales, right? You want that. But your business is only going to grow based on the retention of your existing customers. And that's a fact of any business. So the important thing to do for a lot of these retailing businesses right now is they know you, they will be able to support you. They may refer you. You can increase your average revenue per customer by doing a lot of these things. And I think that's a strategic shift. So if you've got a sales team, for example, in your business, get your sales team on to retention. Talk to every single one of your customers and over-service them. And also see where there are potentially opportunities to grow with them. And again, I think that goes for any business at all.
For sure.
Look at that. The social team is on it. They're literally picking up what we're dropping down, finding links and putting them in the chat. That's awesome.
Don't forget that asset, I think, that you that we were going to post today in the chat.
So what we've done here, and again, this is in parts. This is the last thing to touch on here, in terms of what it is that businesses can do for this new normal, is embrace social and embrace these electronic, powerful platforms that we've got. Embrace TikTok, embrace Instagram, embrace Twitter, embrace all of these things because they're powerful, powerful platforms. They're super powerful. Start thinking outside of the box. You could use a messenger chat, right? You can do weekly webinars. You can do live streams. I think that's key. Now, I know it's intimidating. So what we've done here, and thanks to the social team, Stacy, Miguel, Yvonne, Chad, and whoever else worked on this. I'm not sure whoever else did. So we've put together a social media content calendar template for anybody. You can just go grab it. The link will be in the Ben's saying TikTok is still blowing my mind. It's been downloaded 1.5 billion times. It's beating YouTube and Instagram. It's pretty insane, Ben. It's the growth of that platform. And look, there's who was on there? Was it Robert De Niro is on there now too? It's not
really?
just, I mean, when you have that many people on there, it's definitely, and again, I think I said this the other week, it doesn't matter if you don't like TikTok. The people that are your audience are using TikTok. Right? And that's that's like saying, I'm not a sports fan, so I won't run a Super Bowl ad. Like, you know, I don't get it. So what's been put together here is a calendar for the year. You can see here that you can go and really kind of knock a month off at a time on your various different channels. We've also got some the major holidays in here. So feel free. The link will be in the chat if it isn't already. And go ahead and fill it out. And if you've got any questions, I'll give you Stacy's cell phone number. Just joking, Stacy. If you've got any questions, we're always here to help out. And like I said, if you're a small business and you're struggling, maybe you don't have the resources, like I said, reach out to us. We're happy to help. We've had several people reach out already. And again, this is not a sales pitch. This is just, you know, especially for smaller organizations and smaller businesses, we're here to help. Hopefully we can be of some assistance on that. So there's your social media content calendar. Stacy's saying, sure. I think your phone's already tied up with all the calls that you, and Stacy says, I'm always able to help out KW. Awesome. That's great. All right, everybody. Well, I don't even know what time it is now. 5:02. 5:02 in the PM. So what do you guys have going on this weekend? Anything fun and exciting?
Building a gazebo at my parents' backyard, helping them. So that'll be fun. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, so yeah.
Nice. Sashida, you up to anything fun this weekend?
Yeah, so we've been arranging these games for our family back in India. So
Nice.
yeah, you know, like some scavenger hunts or something so that we can come online and just have fun together.
Awesome.
So that's how we keep
cool.
ourselves
Yeah.
engaged.
What about you,
That's
Dan?
awesome. I'm finishing cleaning my hot tub and filling it up. I got.
What about the pool? Is it open yet?
It's
or
green.
No?
It's currently green. The pool people said just let it run for a week, and I'm like, I'm having a hard time staring at it, so I dumped a couple of things of shock in there anyways. I know they said don't, but it's just gonna. Shock is the solution to any pool thing. Just
Pretty
shock
much.
it. Yeah. No, and I've got about 25,000 dandelions outside. At least it feels that
Whoa.
way.
Yeah.
What else? I am making slime with Mila, so if you're around on Rec Room Games, we're gonna be posting a slime video.
Cool.
So yeah, that's kind of the run of it. Oh, and I'm hopefully gonna replace my phone or find my phone. I literally did. I did the stupid thing. Not stupid, but I did 2-factor authentication for almost everything.
Oh.
Therefore, there's a lot of stuff I cannot get into right now.
Of course. Yep.
So it is what it is, but oh well. I'm going to figure out a backup. I'm going to have another phone on backup with the same authenticator setting so I can at least do that and just leave it. So that's me. And yay, no technical issues.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's been pretty good. Quality stream looks good. Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, I guess someone's throwing shade at me here. Green pool.
Hello,
What's
pool
this?
owners. If your pool looks like this,
Yeah, that's about right. Mine's greener than that.
you want your pool looking like this.
Thanks a
In this
lot.
video,
I'm
we're
pretty
gonna
sure
walk you
that
through the
was
steps of
Stacy.
turning your green swampy pool.
I just feel that level of
It says commented on by Chad.
was that Chad? It just says Honeypot Marketing. Oh, as Honeypot Marketing. That's good. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, actually, Inyo Pools and Swim University are two of my most visited sites this time of year because I'm absolutely terrible at pool maintenance. So, all right, everybody. Well, have a great weekend. Thanks a lot. Stacy's saying, great show, guys. Quality is great. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Enjoy. Hopefully, if spring is coming your way in your part of the world. So, peas and carrots. Stacy, I've trained Chad well. We're going to talk about that. All right. Bye.